We turn now to the Lone Star Showdown. Tonight, Texas Democrats defending their decision to leave the state capitol. Their departure stopped the special session in its tracks.
We are not going to buckle to the big lie in the state of Texas. The big lie that has resulted in anti-democratic legislation throughout the United States.
Yeah, if you look closely, you can see State Rep Joe Desautels in the back. He spoke with our Cristiana Ramos today about the consequences they may face when they come back.
The Texas House has voted 76-4 to have the sergeant at arms sent for at least 60 members who have gone to Washington, D.C., possibly using arrest warrants to get them back to the state. Texas Democrats left the Lone Star State on Monday to deny the GOP majority a quorum and keep Republicans from passing new voting bills they feel are restrictive.
We had over 300 people come and testify about how bad the bill was. All that was ignored.
One of the two voting bills was intended to be taken up in the Senate today. House Democrat Joe Desautels says leaving was a last resort to stop what he calls an infringement on voters' rights.
The majority of the people are telling me to keep up the fight for all voting rights.
Democrats say they don't plan on returning to Texas until August, when the special session ends. They're also meeting with congressional Democrats and even the vice president as they work to get the For the People Act passed on a federal level. They say it's the only way they can permanently fend off election limitations Republicans are advancing at the state level.
Now you could be charged with a felony for taking a handicapped person to the poll unless you fill out an affidavit.
But the Texas House voted for possible arrest warrants to bring Democrats back to Texas to make a decision on the bill unless they have an excused absence.
The only reason we're not there and at our jobs and our homes is we don't want them to make the quorum. We're not scared of arrest.
Judy Nichols, Jefferson County Republican chair, thinks the bill will get more people out to vote.
The bills that actually make it easier for people to vote. It extends voting hours.
She argues Democrats are trying to nationalize local elections, which she says is harmful to Jefferson County voters.
It takes power away from Jefferson County residents and puts it in the hands of citizens in bureaucracies in D.C.
Governor Abbott has said he will continue to order a special session until a decision is made. We'll update you if that happens. Cristiana Ramos, 12 News.
Cristiana, thank you. And it's not just Southeast Texas Republicans firing back. It's also their colleagues in Austin and in Washington.
Rather than do their jobs in Texas, yesterday, House Democrats abandoned both our state and the millions of Texans that they represent.
In Austin, lawmakers left behind said there are still very important issues that they need their colleagues to help them consider, including money for retired teachers.
But how can the same Democrats who supported our retired teachers 2 years ago abandon efforts to secure them more help? They must come back so we can deliver valuable relief to our great retired teachers.
Now, that's been an agenda item, an important one on the agenda for State Rep James White. Other measures left on the table include property tax reform, funding for kids in foster care, transgender youth in sports, and more.